Perfect. So as you all can see, yesterday we covered about building our basic website. Okay, so to build our basic website, what are the things? So what is a website? What do you need to build a no? What do you need to build a website, or why do you need to build a website? Okay, so the reasons that you need that you build a website, it can help you build your credibility, where you are creating trust factor for the users. It is helping you build your brand presence. It is helping you generate leads. It is helping you save time because it acts as a sales agent. When I talk about leads, it is all about the business conversions that come, like people who come to your website, fill your contact form, or order your products, or do any kind of transaction onto your website. All of those are called as leads. And then it helps you get your global reach, that you can reach at various wide audience across the world and not just limited to one particular area. So over here you can reach to people sitting in US, sitting in Australia, sitting in Singapore. They just open your website name and your website information is all available to them about yourself or your business. It also acts as a very big important tool for your digital marketing, because all the marketing that you do at the end boils down to your website, because all the people will click on the advertisement and then come to your website, and from the website they will make the decision whether they want to order the product or not, or whatever the services that you are offering, if they want to opt it or not. And then it also helps you for your international business to get credibility, because most of the people, if you are working virtually, will look your website and then make a judgment out of the work that you have projected or about yourself or for your company. And then it is also an affordable solution compared to all the other mediums of advertising that are available on the internet, or the other mediums which are in offline or online. For example, TV commercial would cost you 10 to 12 lakhs. A hoarding will cost you 40K to 50K for just 1 week. But website, you make it one time and it will stay for a longer period. And the ROI is much more higher. And then it helps you showcase all your achievement and your services about yourself. It could be best used for artists, photographers, writers, designers, anybody. That we have discussed as we go forward. And then it also gives you all the analytical insights. You get all the valuable data through which you can make right choices for your business as well. Way to expand, way to give more focus, which areas to have spends on more advertising. All of that you can decide based on the data that you receive from your website. And at the same time, as the world is evolving with AI, you can quickly update and make changes about your website, or have those changes updated on your website about your business very fast. And all of this that we are going to learn, we are not going to write even a single piece of code. Everything that we are going to build is with the help of drag and drop tools. So coming to the website basics, what is a website? It's a collection of web pages. We all understood what is a web page. A website will have multiple pages, and each of these page all together coming together will create a website. And we explored all of these examples yesterday. A quick refresh for all the terminologies that we have. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Then we talked about the World Wide Web, and then we also understood about HTTPS, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured, and then the FTP, which is File Transfer Protocol. So what are the website components? So if you open any website, by default, it will add those three little things, which is one is the padlock symbol. That means your website is secured. And then it will automatically add HTTPS, telling that your website is again secured, with the S in that standing for security. And the www, which is nothing but the website is coming from a web network of web, which is having all the collection of information, which is World Wide Web. And then we understood what is World Wide Web. We also understood what is HTTP. Just as a quick refresh, I am doing. So if you're trying to open any website from your browser is going to send that request to the server. And in the server, it will search that whichever website file. So let's say if this is the website file, it will take this file, and there are multiple web pages, as you can see over here. These are multiple web pages. It will take the very first page and it will return back, and it will display onto your website over here. So the transfer which is happening is called as the hypertext transfer protocol. And over here, the data in the process of transfer is not secure. So if the data over here is ABC, at the time of transfer also it is ABC, 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 and it is going to display ABC. Okay, but whereas if you go to the next one, which is hypertext transfer protocol secure, what happens is over here a layer of security gets added. So if you're typing the website data, it goes over here. The file is over here, which is again secured and encrypted. So the security word that is called as encryption. And then over here, it again gets decrypted in your browser. So this is a browser. And over here, the file contents might be ABC, but it gets encrypted and it gets stored as 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, something like that. So when the request is sent, it will detect 1 2 3 in its binary format. It will send that first file, and during the transfer also it will be like 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1, whatever the binary code is, and then it gets decrypted and it will display ABC over here. So this whole process of transfer, which is happening in a secured manner, is called as the SSL certificate, which is taken care by the SSL certificate, and it is called as HTTPS, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So these are the things that we understood yesterday. I hope I'm clear again to each one of you. So a quick difference: if the secured website is not secured, you will see a X icon or a lock icon which shows not secured, and over here if the SSL certificate is valid, it will show a secured symbol. Coming forward, understanding SSL, we understood SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer Certificate, and over here you can see if the SSL is active, it will show HTTPS, but if the SSL is not active, it will show you a lock symbol which is in red color, and it will be HTTP. The S is missing over here. Okay, so now let us go one more step forward. So what are the different types of categories of website? We understood 8 different categories of website, one being the personal website, then the commercial website, then the news or blog portals, then e-commerce websites, entertainment websites, social networking websites, web applications of web platforms, and search engine. And we also understood how a single website could be part of 2 different categories as well. So everybody is clear till here? If yes, put yes, yes, yes in the chat box. And then we also understood that without the piece of coding, we can build these 4 categories of website. Okay, whereas the other categories, which is the next 4, which is the entertainment website, social networking website, or web application, or web platform, or search engine, are not possible to build without any coding. For that, compulsory you need developers who are going to write the coding of the website. But these initial websites over here, you can build without the help of any kind of coding. So you can build a personal website, you can build a corporate website, you can build a news or blog, or you could build a e-commerce. So I'm just going a little fast over here because we have already covered this yesterday. I'm just doing a quick recap. So please don't mind on that. We have already covered all of this yesterday. Yes? And now we also saw some of the examples of personal website, corporate website, news or blog, e-commerce websites. And then we came to the next topic, which is the type of web pages. We understood that there are 2 types of web pages. They are static web page and dynamic web page. Static means something that does not move and it is always going to remain the same, whereas the dynamic is something that is continuously changing or updating or moving. Okay, so over any website page which is not changing even after multiple refresh or is going to remain same from day 1 to day 10, then that will come under the static one. But any website, if on day 1 it is something else and on day 10 it is something else, then that particular web page will be a dynamic web page. Okay, so I think this concept is also clear. And then each one, as we went forward, we understood the differences where content is predefined for each page in the static and it remains the same unless the user wishes to change. That means unless you are willing to change, the content will always remain the same. And in dynamic web pages, the content changes based on the user's interaction and it keeps on updating based on regular intervals. For example, over here could be like YouTube or Book My Show or Amazon, all of this. Okay, then displays the same design and content to every user who visits in static web pages, whereas over here in dynamic web pages, the layouts and the pages continuously keep changing based on the interaction of the user. The load time over here is very fast because there's no request or checking happening whether it's available, not available. Every time it has to show the same information. So it loads very fast over here. It might take little extra time compared to that of the static web pages. And over here, let's say apple.com, even if I open today and even if you open there and even if somebody else opens over there, for everybody, the website will look the same. But whereas you open your Facebook, I open my Facebook, they all will look different because the content for you will be different, the content for me will be different. Your Amazon homepage will be different, my Amazon homepage would be different. So that is the example of the dynamic web page and the static web page. So this is an example for the website which is dynamic, like Amazon. You might open, you might get like this. I might open, I might get like this. So though the website is Amazon.com, my look and feel of the website is different. Your look and feel of the website is different. And again, after you log into your website, it gets completely personalized and changes as per your searches and as per your products that you have been browsing. So for each one of them, it is personalized to their request and it is different for people to people. So I hope this is also clear to each one of you. And then we went to the next topic, which was about basic website layout. So in a website, the basic layout is a website is divided into three parts. The first one being the header, then the second one being the body, and the bottommost part being the footer. So if you see like your human body, you have the header, the body part, and the footer part. Similarly, even in the website, you have these three parts. So as you can see, this is the first part, this is the second part, and this is the third part. Okay, and then if I go deeper, you again will see that okay, this is the header, which is the first part. You get all of this info like the logo, the menu items. You could have some button like order now, donate now, contact now, or request callback, anything it could be. Then you have the body part, which starts over here, which is the second part. And inside this body part, you have something called as subsections. Okay, so you have got multiple subsections over here. So the first section is the slider or the slideshow. The second section is nothing but the service section or the service block. Then the third section is nothing but the about block. Then the fourth section is nothing but the carousel block. The difference between the slider, slideshow, or the carousel is nothing but in a slider or slideshow, at any given point of time, only one image or one content is visible over here. Whereas in a carousel, you have got multiple images visible at a same time. Okay, so I hope all of these concepts are clear to you. And then the last is the footer, which will have the copyrights, your bottom menu items like privacy policy, terms and conditions, social media links, and all of that. So you have got the header, then the body part with its multiple subsections, and the footer, which is the bottom post. So any website is divided into the three parts. So let's see, we saw them practically with examples. Like if you see over here, till here is the header part. Then this is the another section which is having multiple categories. Okay. And then you have this another section over here, which is nothing but a image or a banner. So this is how multiple sections. So in this header, again, there is something over here we can break. And this part is called as the top bar. Okay. So we had a top bar. And then this is the logo, call center, search, then your tracking links or login links, your wish list, your cart, and these are all the web pages of the website. So I hope this concept is clear to each one of you. And then we saw the similar examples on Book My Show, Make My Trip, Isha Life Foundation. Here you can see that the header is existing. This is the header part, but this one is called as a transparent header. Okay, it will be different. So it is like the background image is what is available, will be visible over here in the background of the menu. So this is a transparent header. Okay, as you all can see. And then let's go to the next one. So you have this Tesla, again a transparent header, then Mahindra, then Starbucks, and then Lebony, then Forbes, and then all of that till here. So till here was a quick recap that we did yesterday. Any doubts so far? Then please put it on the chat. So I hope you all have understood till here. If yes, put yes in the chat box. Yes or no? Awesome, awesome. So nice to see you all joining and that you all are active. I see the active participation is less today compared to yesterday. And there are almost 20 people who have not joined today's workshop. I'm not sure why. So we have got almost 50 people over here. and waiting for other people to as well join. So am I audible and visible to each one of you clearly? If yes, put yes, because for me it was showing internet unstable. Okay, perfect. Super good. So now let us go to the next important topic, okay, which is about what are the things that you need to build a website. Okay, so they are the two most important thing. Another session running. Okay, no problem. So, what do you need to build a website? So, you need two major things. Okay, so as you all can see, the first two major things, the first one is the name of your website, okay, which could be the domain name that you are going to buy. And the next thing, you need the hosting for your website, which is nothing but the space or storage of your website file. So, space to store your website files. So, this is nothing but the storage in which you will store all your website files. So the first thing that you require is the domain name. The second thing that you require is the hosting. So each one of you over here who is present has already taken their hosting. Yes or no? Everybody? Yes? So did you all receive your hosting credentials email? Yes or no? Very good. So now, so the ones who did not receive, please ping me on WhatsApp. Okay. We will see to it that you get it by tonight. Okay. So people would have received it. And if you have not received it, you can let us know. Okay. And so the first thing is the domain name. And the second thing that you need is the hosting. So now let us understand this thing in much more detail. So are you all ready for it? Are you all ready to understand what is a domain name and what is a hosting? Yes
Yes.
or no?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So now that you all are ready, let us continue and make it happen. So, so now let us see what is a domain name. So a domain name is nothing but it's a name for your website, which is nothing but just like a address of your house. How you have an address for your house, similarly, it is an address for your website on the internet. Okay, it is just like how your house has a unique address. It helps people and computer find and visit websites on the internet. So example of a domain is nothing but like google.com, apple.com, youtube.com, amazon.com. Similarly, there are millions of domains that are on the internet which are nothing but the website address or the website URL or the website domain name. All mean the same. Correct? Or many people will tell, send me the link of your website. Okay. So it can be called as a link, it can be called as a URL, it can be called as a domain name, okay, or it can be also called as a website. So all of this together means nothing but only one thing, which is domain name. Now the interesting part is in your domain name, okay, you have got this multiple parts. Okay, the first one being HTTPS, then the www, then your website and .com. Is my screen not visible to you all? Yes, visible, right? Okay, it is visible. Maybe your internet is not right, so it is not visible. Please, you can rejoin. Okay, so now over here, the next step, as you see over here, I have broken down each of these parts. So HTTPS is nothing but the protocol by how your website is being transferred or connected with the server. Then you have www, which is nothing but called as the subdomain. Okay. And then you have the name of your website, which is whatever the name that you buy. And then at the last is nothing but the extension. Okay. So these are all the different parts of your website URL. So all of these coming together, okay, all of this coming together is called as the domain name, or it can be also called as URL. Okay, so a domain name has a protocol which is HTTPS. It could have a subdomain which is www. or there are websites which could just be https your website.com without www also. Not necessary that this always has to be there. Then your website and your extension. So this .com is nothing but an extension. You also have other extensions like .in, then you have .net, then you have .org, you have .co, you have .co.in, and so on. So as we go forward, we will understand all of these. Okay, so a domain name altogether is just the name and the extension. But when you tell the URL, it is completely with the protocol, the subdomain, this, and the extension. So please be clear, okay? Though they all mean the same, but technically, what is what, you need to be very clear. Domain name is nothing but the name and the extension, okay? But if somebody tells, send me the URL or link, then you have to send all of this together. Is that clear? Each one of you, if clear, put clear in the chat. Put C in the chat if everybody is clear. Yes or no? Perfect. Perfect. Super good. So now let us go forward and understand next part, which is the domain extension. So what are the domain extensions? You have got different extensions that are available on the web to buy a name for your website. Okay. Now, why do you have different extensions available? Because just like there are multiple Karan in the world, there are multiple Raju in the world, there are multiple Surya in the world, but each one of them has something different, which is nothing but the surname. Okay, so each one will have a different surname. So let's say my name is Karan, but my surname is Shah. Similarly, Raju is the name and Kumar is the surname. Similarly, you have Rupa as the name and Patel as the surname. So there are different surnames, which is nothing but these are extensions. Okay, because there'll be multiple companies or multiple people with the same name, but they also want a website with that name. So the thing that they can change is nothing but the surname. So these are all extensions or consider it as a surname. Okay, so these extensions are having again a meaning to it. So like .com means commercial or company. Okay, .net means network, .org means organization or NGO, .in stands for India, .co stands for company, .co.in stands for company in India, .biz stands for business, .edu stands for education. And like these, it's not just limited to this 7, 8 of extensions. There are more than 1,000+ extensions available in the market so that each one of them can get a website with a similar name. So I could have a website called Karan.io. Somebody could have Karan.in. Somebody else would have Karan.com. Somebody else would have got Karan.net. So depending on what extension is available, people will block the domain name. Okay, so but for each one of them, the name is same, but what is changing is the extension. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear to each one of you. If not, then you can let us know in the chat. Okay, okay, so clear. So now, um, Aparna ji, I got your question. We are going to buy our own domain name. So we will come to that particular part. Don't worry. And as of now, we have not yet purchased our domain name. And if you have already got your domain name, very good. You are already one step ahead. But for the ones who are attending for the very first time and who are over here, let us understand how to buy a domain name and what are the things that are involved for buying a domain name in the next steps. So now to check and buy your domain names, there are multiple groups or websites which are again called as domain registrars or domain resellers. Okay, so they are called as domain registrars or domain reseller. Okay, now over here you have the very famous one, which is GoDaddy, which is known for providing great service for managing your website domain name. Okay, so GoDaddy as a company will also sell you hosting. Okay, GoDaddy as a company will also sell you SSL certificate. GoDaddy as a company will also sell you all the other related things which are related to website. But the best service that it provides is for domains. So we rely on GoDaddy for buying domains. But is GoDaddy always the best? I won't deny that they are the best. But again, everything boils down to price. There are other domain resellers also, which at times give you a very good service, and they are also cost effective or a cheaper solution when you're trying to buy for a longer period. So we will understand all of that as we continue to go forward. And let me tell you, all these domain registrars, okay, at the end, let's say if I block the name from Namecheap, okay, let's say I blocked Karan.in over here. Can I go and buy again Karan.in on GoDaddy? Yes or no? Everybody. Why? I only bought from Namecheap, no? Why cannot I buy from GoDaddy? Or why cannot I buy from BigRock? You are telling already taken worldwide. Correct. So once a domain name is taken, it is blocked across all the resellers. Okay, so now all these resellers has a mother also. If these are the children, there is a mother to it. So all these resellers have a mother over here, which is called as ICANN. Okay. So this is nothing but Internet Governing Society, ICANN. Okay. So all of these uh, children has a mother over here, which is ICANN. So from this, GoDaddy will take a license that I will sell domain for you. So again, will take a license. BigRock will take a license. Name.com will take a license. Google Domains will take a license. All XYZ, there'll be 1,000+ resellers. So this particular mother, ICANN, has 1,000+ children. Okay. So once a domain is taken from anywhere, it is registered with the mother, which is ICANN. So once it is registered with ICANN, nowhere else the same name is available. Okay, so you can buy from anywhere. Now, how this whole system works is ICANN sets a basic fee. Okay, let's say, for example, for a .in domain, ICANN is telling that the basic license fee for that is 500 rupees. Then what these people do is GoDaddy has to pay 500 for every .in, but GoDaddy will put another 100 rupees as their commission. Okay, so they will sell, instead of 500, they will sell it for 600 rupees. So the 100 rupees is nothing but their profit or business. Whereas Namecheap will come and tell, I will sell it for 550 rupees only. He is only making 50 rupees profit. This fellow will come, I'll sell it for only 525, 25 rupees profit. Okay. And this fellow will come and tell, I'll sell it only for 510 rupees, 10 rupees profit. Okay. Now what happens over here is all of these companies sold you the same thing. They are paying ICANN 500 rupees. But then at times there are problems that occurs. There are some licensing issues. there are some troubles that you are facing, or sometimes there is some kind of renewal issue, at that point of time, these people, okay, who gave you at so cheap initially, will not even give you any support. Okay, if you have to talk to them, you can only talk via emails. Okay, because they cannot afford to hire people who are going to speak to you on call. But whereas GoDaddy gives the best support. Okay, so that is why we prefer GoDaddy. That tomorrow, if you face any problem, they are available on the call, they are available on the chat, and they are available 24 by 7. Namecheap also has a support. Okay, they are available on chat, they are available on call, but only in the business hours like 11 a.m., 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you want to book a call with them, you need to still write a email for the person to call to you. Okay, so that is how it works. So the difference between all of this is nothing but about the support that you get from the children. Okay, so these people are charging you that 100 rupees more and they are providing you good support, and these people are only charging you hardly, like there's a 90 rupees difference over here. Okay, so they are charging you, let's say 510, and they are charging you 600, and over here there is no margin. Okay, here they are charging 550. You see 50 rupees difference. So okay, so initially you will be like, "Arey, GoDaddy is costly," but when you face any problem at that point, who is going to be better? GoDaddy is only going to be better and giving you good support. Okay, so this is the whole business, how it works in the domain. So ICANN is the Internet Governing Society. From this, each one is buying their license. So similarly, just like for .in, if the base fare is 500, for .com, the base fare is 1200. For .net, the base fare is 800. For .co or .in, the base fare is 2000. So this is the minimum fee that ICANN is charging. And this is nothing but an internet governing society which decides, okay, what should be the price and how to go about it. And even if they have to make the money, because this is the company which is running www World Wide Web. They are maintaining all of those records for the world which we are browsing on internet. And again, this www was invented by a big tech company called as CERN. Okay, it was a space tech company. They are still existing in the market. They are the ones for their space technology who invented internet. Okay, called as www. Then this body was formed called ICANN, which took over, and then ICANN today manages all the domain extensions. We still did not come to hosting. Okay, does I can manage hosting? No. Hosting is individual. It can be from anywhere. Okay. So just give me 1 minute. Ganeshji, can I call you back in some time? Done that. I am in the middle of a class. I'll call you. Okay. So now, as you can see over here, there are various domain registrars. Now let us go forward and explore the more details as we go. So let me now go to the next. So now you can see over here, I am searching for a domain name called as designkits.in or designkits, whatever. And I'm searching that also on Namecheap. Okay. So it is showing you so many extensions that are available over here. So this is how it will show you with the pricing, and it will show you what is available and what you can buy over here. Okay, so now let me explain you certain things that go over here. So designkits.in, as I told you, the base fare for .in Okay, I'm again telling you by example. This is not like something it is fixed by ICANN. It is just a guesswork I'm just doing. Is let's say it is 500. So GoDaddy is charging 579. Okay, so you can see over here in small letters they have written for the first year. Can you all see? Yes or no? So for the first year, you will be paying 579. But the next year, you will be paying 699. Okay, you can see it is showing you 699 for the next year. Similarly, if you see over here, if I take designkits.app, okay, they are also telling SSL certificate included. That means they are giving that for free. And then they are telling for now, for the first year, you will be buying it at 1199. Okay, for the first year. Later, when you are going to renew the domain name, you will be buying or renewing it at the cost of 1599. Okay, so they very upfront show to you this way. Whereas in Namecheap also, over here you can see, for example, designkits.io, they are giving you a 11% discount at this point of time, and they're selling you .io for 3276 for the very first year. Okay, the next year onwards they'll be charging you 3686. Okay, so first one is 3276, next one is 3686. Okay, so this is how the domain providers as a rule have to show that what will be the cost that will be from the next year onwards at the time of renewal. But now you also have an advantage what you can do. At the very first time only, you even if you try to buy it for 4 years, your domain name, okay, instead of 1 year, I'm trying to buy for 4 years. What will happen? Your calculator total for this domain name for the first year it will take 579. For the rest of the 3 years, it will still take 699. Okay, so this will be your total. It is not like for all the 4 years they will give me at 579. No, only for the very first year, as a discount offer or as a sale, they are giving to you at that particular price for the very first year. Okay, is this clear to each one of you? What does this mean? Why they are striking this and then showing to you this? It is not like a one time discount. This is to tell you that the next year you will be paying 699. Okay, clear? Everybody is clear? Yes or no? If yes, put yes in the chat box. Perfect. Now, let's see a different thing over here. Now, the same domain, which is over here, I am trying to take designkits.in in GoDaddy. Okay, and I'm trying to take the same designkits.in on Namecheap. So, service provider 1, service provider 2. At both the places, I am taking it for 3 years. Okay, 3 years, 3 years. And then now you can see for the first year price over here it is charging me 1977. Here they are charging me 1963. Okay, and with all the taxes and all that it is coming at 1791. And then with all the total of 3 years, here it is coming as 1977 and it is coming at 1791. So in 3 years, it is 1977 plus taxes. And over here for the same domain for 3 years, a difference of 1791 plus taxes. Okay. So not much of a difference. The difference is I'm putting roughly of 200 rupees, not even more. Actually, it is not even 200. It is like 130 rupees or 140 rupees. Clear? So this is the difference that comes from provider to provider. So this is also clear. So when you go to purchase, pricing may be different from different provider to different provider. Why is it different? I explained you the whole business model of how the domain thing works. So is this clear to each one of you? Perfect. Awesome. And then again, Previously, there used to be a rush for .com domains. Okay, but no more it is applicable. It is the content and all that matters. Today, if you have .in, you have .io, .net, .org, anything, whatever is available, it doesn't make a difference. But in the past, it used to make a difference because by default, people had .com as a fixed thing in their mind. And for keyboards also, if you press Control Enter on your keyboard, it will automatically put whatever is your website name, it will automatically put .com if you press Control Enter. Then it was like globally acceptable by all countries where the domain extensions have restrictions in certain countries. For example, now what is this domain restriction? Good topic to discuss. So sometimes there are some domain extensions, for example, .org.in or .gov.org.in. What does this mean? I'm sure you would have opened Telangana's government website. It will be telangana.gov.org.in. Yes or no? Okay, if you all have not seen, let me show it to you. So if you open any website, okay, so if I go over here and if I put, let's say, Karan Shah, okay, and now if I just press Control Enter, by default it will put .com. Okay, so yes, now also it works like that only. And now let's say we'll open telangana.gov.in. So this is nothing but a government website .gov.in. So again it says government in India. Now this website, depending on the location of the country, okay, it may not open in US. So .gov.in may not open in US. It is only limited to open in India. Okay, so there can be restrictions set by the people or by the domain extension as to where all can this particular domain open. So there are a lot of military websites of India itself that will not even open to us. Okay, there'll be a lot of US military website. Will it open in India? No, it will not open. You try to open some other military website in India, it will not open. It will open only in their own country. So those are nothing but extensions which are limited and restricted to a certain boundary of the country. Whereas extensions like .com, .in, .co, .in, okay, these people have got no geographical restrictions. They are open to all countries. Okay. Now that this concept is all clear, let us go to the next concept. And also, there's something called as SEO, stands for Search Engine Optimization. Okay, so previously in Google, your website visibility, if the domain name was .com, Google used to always show .com domain on top. Previously, no more, not anymore. Now they have become so many extensions. Now everything that matters is on the content of your website, not the name of your website. Previously, it used to be the name. Now it is the content for your website. Okay. So before I go to the next topic, which is hosting or server, which you all have already bought, let me show you practically on GoDaddy. So I'm opening GoDaddy.in or GoDaddy.com. You can open any one of them. It will still open the same website. Okay. So once you have opened the website over here, you can put the domain name that you are trying to buy or search. Okay. So let's say bsrmillets.com. Somebody has put in the chat. I'll search over here. I'm searching BSR Millets. Okay. So you can see that sir has already bought it. So it is telling domain taken. Can you see it? Domain is taken. But over here, .in is available. So I can take .in and start building my website. Similarly, okay, let me go down and you can see bsrmillet.com is available without the S. Okay. is available for rupee 1. Okay, you can see for rupee 1. Again, as I told you, how does this thing work? First rupee is for the very first year only, and that too if you take for minimum 3 years. So you have to buy this domain name for 3 years. Then it will be 1 rupee for the next year 1499, next year 1499. Okay, so it will be, this is the amount that you will buy this particular domain for 3 years. Clear? So now if you are buying, let's say, this particular domain, which is .shop, first year is 87 rupees. Next year for the renewal, it will be 5308 for the next year onwards. Again, this for the time of renewal for next year, it will be 1499. So keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm showing it to you practically all of it. So now you all can plan what domain you want to take. And I would prefer you go for a .in domain, because if you take a .in domain, okay, for 1 year also, let's say I want to take this, I make it, I will add it to the cart. As you can see, I've added this. For 1 year, it is showing me this much. No, it is for 3 years. I'll convert it to 1 year. Exactly 599 rupees. Okay. If I want to take it for 2 years, it will be costing me 1189 rupees. If I take it for 3 years, it is costing me 1799. Okay. So you can decide. The best is to take for 1 year, and then later, if your business grows, you can always invest and then renew it for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. So you can block a domain name for 1 year or 2 year or a 3 year or a 5 year or a 10 year. Okay. You cannot block beyond 10 years. Why? Because let me tell you, once the domain name is taken, it is just like a real estate. So the price keeps increasing if the value of it is more. There's something called as a premium domains. Okay. Or it is like somebody else wants to take over. Your business is no more running, but the name is blocked. So that's why they do not give you a permanent validity on your domain name. You will have to always buy a domain name either for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year. Okay. So this is how you can go forward and block your domain name. So over here comes the next task for you all, is to go to GoDaddy. You all can create a free account on GoDaddy and then check whichever domain name you want to buy for your business, and then you can buy that particular domain name. So during renewal, price may go up drastically. So as I told you, for renewal, it will come for for let's see .in. It will come for like around 899. Currently, you are paying 599 for 1 year. As you can see over here, first year is 599. Next year onwards, it will be 899. Okay. It can also be around 1400. Yeah. Because if icon changes, like if our mother is becomes like, hey, the cost have gone up for the World Wide Web to maintain, I have to increase the domain prices by 10%. Okay. Then this also will go up by 10%. That time it can become, let's say, 1000 rupees. So that's why what we generally do is, if we are for sure that this is only going to be name for my business and I'm sure that this is going to run for next 10 years or 5 years, we block it for 3 years. And then in 3 years, I'm sure I'll make some money, then I can afford to renew it for next 3 years. After that, it will be costing me 3000. Even if it is 1000 rupees per year, it will just cost me 3000. So I'm sure in 3 years you can make so much money that you can spend 3000 on a domain name. Okay. So I hope this concept is clear to each one of you. Yes or no? If yes, put yes in the chat. Yes in the chat. Everybody. I'm only getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 yes only. 12, 13, 14. Suchitra is telling, explain once again. Where is it that you have doubt, ma'am? Can you put your question? What you did not understand? Everybody else understood. Very good. I'm more than happy to clarify the doubt that Suchitra has. So biomark.net. Somebody is again putting a name. Okay, we'll see. BIOMARQ. And I'm putting .com. You can see it's a premium domain. They're selling it for 4 lakh rupees. Okay, somebody has bought it and put it for reselling. But .co.in is available, .co is available, but sir is asking for .net. We will put directly .net. Sorry, sir, somebody else has already taken this domain name, as you can see over here. Okay. So next we will search bsrgroup.in. I'm just searching. It is already taken by somebody. Now we will check Naira's Kitchen. NYRASKITCHEN. Okay. So you can see nairaskitchen.com is already taken, but .in is available. So you can go forward and take this one and make it yours. So I'm not going to put this. You can all go to GoDaddy yourself. Okay. You can put godaddy.com and you can go forward and take this domain name. So the 1 rupee costing is if you buy for 3 years, the first year you pay 1 rupee. Next year onwards, it will be charging you 8.99, 8.99. So this is the total that you have to pay for the very first time. So I'll show it to you. So I click on make it yours. Okay. And then I will go to my cart, just like how you buy online. I will remove the other domain, which was this one. Okay. And this is for 3 years. So my 3 year cost is 1799. Okay. Broker service fee. What is that you are asking? So let's say somebody has taken nairaskitchen.com and made no website. Okay. So they have just blocked the domain name. So if you pay this amount, these people will go and talk to person who has bought this name. They will try to convince that person, hey, there is a seller who wants to buy this name. So why don't you sell it off to that person and you will make some money in the process. So it's just like real estate. So consider this as your property. Okay. Somebody bought the property and kept just for business purpose to sell it. So he bought the property for 2000 rupees. Okay. Then some business came, hey, I want this property. So he'll be like, okay, I have been having this. I'm already spending 2000. If you want it, give me 4000 and I will give it to you. If anyone sells, any problem comes to first person. See, the sale can only happen if the domain has expired. Okay. So let's say after 3 years, okay, if the domain has expired and not been renewed by the owner, then it is again available for somebody else to buy. Okay, then somebody else. So let's say if Naira's Kitchen, somebody else would have taken in the past, then did not renew it. Today it is available for you to buy. Okay, but if it's already being bought and they are holding it and you still want to buy, then you will go talk, appoint a person who will go talk to them, write emails, convince to them, and then he will be like, okay, I am holding this domain for last 10 years. In 10 years I have spent close to 20,000. If you want this domain, you give me 50,000 or you give me 1 lakh and I will give you this name. So like that, Google, Wipro, any misuse, say if resell. No misuse can happen. There are a lot of, that's why these people in the middle are there, no? They will verify everything, they will check the need, whether you are doing any kind of fraud or anything, there are people to check all of that. So it doesn't go happen just like that. Okay. So once we buy a website, is it good to keep the our name and details open for public or better to hide? So, good question. Technically, it doesn't matter. It's always good to keep it open only. Okay. People want to know who is the owner of the domain. If it is open, somebody else can contact you and buy you. Okay. It also adds as a proof that, okay, you are the owner of the company. So that way you can find out. But there will be certain businesses which are like doing some other kind of business and you don't want to show your business details, then you can always keep it hidden. But to hide your domain details, you have to pay extra. Okay. So we generally do not prefer that. So let's say if I go to my view card over here, if I want this domain ownership protection, okay, they are charging extra for that. I can turn this on, then additional that amount will be getting added. For 3 years, they are charging me this one. So total for 3 years with the domain name and with the protection, I'll be paying 2,996. Okay. This is without taxes. On this, there will be 18% of taxes that will come in the next step. So you can click continue, then the tax will get added. That will be the total amount that you pay. If you have your GST, you can reclaim that tax amount. Okay. So this is how it works in the domain. I hope everybody is clear and your questions are being answered. Yes or no? Everybody, because this is the next big step. Yes? Perfect. Very good. So now let us go to the next topic of hosting. So I hope you all are enjoying the session. So now SSL, where does SSL come? Please wait for it as we go forward. You will understand all of it in much more detail. So we understood all of it. Now let us give me 2 minutes. I'll just drink some water and come back. Okay. So I hope I'm audible again. So now let us continue with the next topic, which is the hosting or the server. So in hosting or the server is nothing but the storage that you buy for your website, which is available on the internet and it is always on 24 by 7, which is storing all your website files. So consider like you're building your website in your computer. Okay. If this is your computer, if you have it only in your computer, can anybody else access those files? Yes or no? If this is your computer and your files over here, can somebody else in US access those files from your computer? No, right? Because it's a PC, it's a personal computer. Nobody has the access to your data. So this is data which is only yours. But if I design my website in my computer, can other people around the world can open it? No, right? They cannot open it. So for them to be able to open, we buy something called as a storage online. Okay. Okay, which is nothing but also called as server, or it is also called as hosting. So all of these three mean the same. Okay. So in this, you are buying some space online. Okay. Let's say this is the space that you bought. It is, let's say, of 1 GB. So this space now is blocked for you. But for this server, the company will give 24 into 7 internet. Okay. They'll give backup. They'll give security and they will give power supply. All of this is 24 into 7. Okay. So these are the companies which run and manage servers across the world. Okay. So there are companies which will keep buying and creating the server spaces where they'll be providing 24 by 7 internet backup security and power supply. And from this server, we buy a little bit of space and we will upload all our website into that. So this particular server that you buy is open for anybody in the internet. Okay, anybody can open those files and browse your website. So let us go much more forward and understand. So what are the things that you upload in your server? So the things that you upload is nothing but the videos, the images, the documents, all your website files, and the database. Now, what is a database? Again, a new terminology. A database is nothing but storage of textual data, which is just like a Excel. Okay, so it is nothing but it is having a lot of rows and columns in which it is storing, okay, what is the ID password of the website, what is the ID password of other user, what is the information of that particular web page. So all of that content related stuff gets stored in a database. Then you upload videos, you will have images, you will have documents for download, you will have all your other website files. So all of these go into the storage that you have purchased. So in the storage, you will upload all of these files, which are then opening by anybody in the world into their computer. Okay. So now let us understand in much more better. So there are different types of hosting or server. Okay, so there are three major types of hosting available upon your requirements. One can choose a suitable type of hosting. So the major three are nothing but the first one, the second one, and the third one. A shared hosting, a dedicated hosting, and a VPS hosting. And then, depending upon the world and technology evolving, now you're also having something called as cloud hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller hosting for the people who want to do hosting business. That is called as a reseller hosting. That means you are buying a storage space, a big storage space, and then you are selling it to other people who need a website. Okay, so that is called as reseller hosting. Now there are newer hosting that are coming called as AI hosting. So that kind of hosting is for making AI applications. So even this world is evolving. As the technology is evolving, even this is evolving. So, but for time being, let us not go there. So now, what is the difference between each one of them? So if you see over here, the first one is shared hosting, second one is dedicated hosting, third one is VPS hosting, fourth one is cloud hosting. Then these two you can ignore. This is nothing but people who want to do business in WordPress hosting or reseller hosting. So I have color coded them also, as you can see over here. One, okay, then these two come in an other bracket. This is a third bracket. So you can see 1, 2, and 3. And that's why I have put majorly three types. Okay, so even if you're going to buy a reseller hosting, at the end it is going to become either of this or this or this. So now there is a question by Raju, Bala Raju, who is asking, I'm doing an insurance and mutual fund business. Which kind of hosting should I buy? Exactly. That's what I'm going to explain next. So, based on your requirement, which hosting should you buy? So, first, let us understand the difference among all of these three, and then we all will understand what is the best required hosting for us. So, coming to the shared hosting or server. Over here, what happens is you have got a server space by the company. From this server, okay, it is going to give you a website storage for your website, a storage space for your website. Okay, so this is your website. Yeah, from this server, it has given you this particular space, but it is also telling that this entire server is shared. You can see it is telling it is shared. So it is shared by other website owners also. So this could be another company or a person. This could be another company or a person. This is you. Okay. So from this one server, they let's say the server is of 10 GB or 100 GB. It is giving, let's say, 10 GB to you, 10 GB to another person, 10 GB to another person. But all of these people's website files are all in the one server itself. So this one server is being shared with person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So depending on the kind of plans, you can go and buy your storage. You want 10 GB storage, that is also available. You want 20 GB, that is also available. You want 50 GB, that is also available. But again, everything depends on your business and what kind of website you are building. The max to max website that I have built in last 10 years is just going to be max of 600 MB with all the possible data of lot of pages. I'm talking of website which is of 100 plus pages or two or actually 300 plus pages. It's still going to only be 600 MB. Not even 1 GB. It is less than 1 GB. Okay? Clear? So why it is just 600 MB? Remember that if the website, whatever you're making, people have to open on their mobile phones, in their mobile net. If your first page of your website is only 100 MB, from your mobile data, how much time will it take to download 100 MB? It will at least take 2 to 3 minutes. Actually, it will take 10 to 12 minutes. For just like 10 MB to download, it takes almost 1 minute in our mobile net of 4G or 5G. Yes or no? Everybody. So, the question or the answer that you should have is I should make my website in such a way that it is only, let's say, of 5 MB or 6 MB for the home page. So if somebody is trying to open my website, it will open in at least 10 to 20 seconds. That's how it should be. Okay. So now let me show you. So let's say I am opening my own website. It opened in how many seconds? Less than 5 seconds. But and as I keep scrolling over here, you can see there are so many images, contents, everything on this. Yes or no? Do you all see this or no? You all are able to see, right? Okay, so let's open growthclub.in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 5 seconds, the whole website has been loaded. Yes or no? Yeah. So now Shilpa is asking a very good question. So let's say I'll open r.video. Okay. How fast it open in less than 3 seconds. Now you might ask, where is all this movie content being uploaded? Okay. So coming to that, let me tell you, it all works in a very different way. Okay. So I'll answer you that question. And where can we see how much space we have used for one page? Very good question. So when you do take this website and you there's something called as speed test. Okay. You can go to the speed test for website. So you can do website speed test like Pingdom and Google Web. And when you put, let's say I'll put karansha.com and I'm trying to open my website, let's say from Japan, and I tell start test. So it is going to do a test of my website. It will tell how much of MB it took to open your web page. Okay, how much of data transfer it happened, and how much time it took to load, and is it good or bad. It will give me a complete information. So you can see, as you can see over here, my page size is 4.3 MB. It took 4.45 seconds to load. My overall performance rating is C. Number of request is nothing but the images or things or the files it had to load from the server were 90 of them, and it will give you a very detailed information over here, all of this. So what was the percentage of images loading? It was like 666 KB. This was the maximum time that it took to load. Okay, so it took most time to open this, then it took the most time to open this, then more time to open this, less time to this. These all are the less time that it took. Okay, but again, if you see, images only took the most amount of time. Is it visible to each one of you? Class हो रहे हैं. Yes, Nikhil, in class. Half an hour. Yeah. So in this, you will get a complete information. So now if you see my home page, even if it is like this, all together with how many images? Image 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all this 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Then you have 27, 28, 29, 30, then 31, 32, 33, 34, or 35, 36. All of these images, 30 plus images on the home page, still my total file size is only 1.3 MB. So how well you optimize your website is how quick your website will load. As we go forward, we will learn all of this in more detail. And then how much does it take more storage in hosting for movie website? So I'll answer you that question as we continue to go forward. You will get your answer, Shilpaji. So let's see the next type of hosting. So the second type of hosting is the dedicated hosting. So you can see dedicated hosting. Now this hosting website owner has the entire server for its own. Okay. So now if I'm buying a hosting which is called as a dedicated hosting, if it is of let's say 100 GB, that whole of that 100 GB is for me only. It will not be given to other people. Okay. This all 100 GB is for me. So the storage is completely for you. And whereas in the previous, okay, which is over here, from that it is being shared to multiple people. Because it is shared to multiple people, let's say your website is only getting 100 visitors on a day. This website might be getting 5,000 visitors. This website might be getting 20,000 visitors. And let's say someday your this thing has grown to let's say 5,000 visitors. Automatically it will impact, because here also there is a pull, here also there is a pull. So the speed of the website can go little slow, because same server has to respond to all the websites. Whereas over here, there is no other person. Whatever is the response is directly between you and the server. Okay, so that is called as a dedicated hosting. Then comes a VPS hosting, which is very advanced level of a dedicated hosting. So what happens over here is you have taken your own hosting, let's say of 100 GB only. Okay, from this you have divided into subsections. Okay, so you have divided into let's say three parts or four parts. So let's say 25 GB here, 25 GB here, 25 GB here. Okay, now what happens is this 25 GB is fully allocated to you and not shared by other websites. So there is a mother, from mother there was a children. Now from children you are getting this, but it does not affect the other children. Okay. So this speed will be completely full. There won't be any kind of issues, and it is direct. The speed is not shared with other people. If they are getting 1 lakh people, it will still not affect this and this. If you are getting only 5,000 people, there will be no difference to other two people. If they are getting like 1 crore people also over here, the speed is not impacted over here. So they take the load, and then the website files are over here only. Storage of the files are here, but the speed and all of that is handled by them individually. So they are called as virtual private server. That means a VPS allocates a certain amount of resource to each website. So traffic surge on other websites do not affect your site performance. So if there is more performance issue over here, it will still not affect you and you. Okay, so is it again clear? So as the service keeps increasing from, let's say, from shared hosting to dedicated hosting to VPS hosting, the price also keeps increasing. Okay, is that clear to each one of you? Then comes the cloud server. VPS stands for virtual private server. I have written over here. It is, you can see, virtual private server. Then coming to the next one, which is cloud hosting. Now, over here, what happens that a website is created and it is all together. Okay. So in a shared hosting, if other websites have performance issues, will it affect your website too? Yes, it will affect. Okay. So now in a cloud hosting, what happens is you buy multiple dedicated servers, not one, multiple. Okay. Now what happens is, so all of these multiple servers coming together is called as a cloud. Cloud hosting does not mean that in the sky they have put your website files. No, that's a terminology that too many servers coming together is creating a cloud network. Okay, so on the sky also too many particles coming together will create a cloud. Too many water particles coming together creates the cloud. Similarly, over here, too many servers coming together is creating the cloud. That's why it is called as a cloud hosting. Okay, so instead of a single server, cloud-based server uses a network of web servers to host your website. So if one server is having an error or an issue, it will take over the server from other where your website will still be working, and it is a perfect solution for your e-commerce websites or large businesses. So you were asking, right, for AHA what kind of servers they will use? They will be using cloud servers. There are multiple servers that will be linked to each other. Okay, so now all your movie files will be uploaded in multiple different servers. Okay, and but your website file will be on this server. So first your website will load, then when you click on something else, it will load from the other one, then you click on something else, it will load from the third server. So that is how the speed is distributed among multiple servers. And all of this coming together creates a cloud server. Concept is clear to each one of you? What is a cloud server? Yes or no? Yes. Very good. So now that you have understood this, then comes another kind of hosting which is called as WordPress hosting. Now, this kind of servers are specifically made for a specific software which works, and it can only work on that one thing. It cannot put your other files and all. It can only host WordPress, and it will deliver that to your website or your computer. That's all. And then I told you reseller hosting. What happens over here? This is the hosting company. From that you are buying a dedicated server, and then you are giving it to different clients, and each client is getting their hosting from the mother. These are all the children, and on their children, they are uploading all of this. Now, if you are taking this one server and giving to 100 people, okay, you are doing business, so that's why it's called reseller. Okay, so you are going to buy a dedicated server. From that one dedicated server, which is of let's say 100 GB, you are giving it to 20 other people. So you are doing a shared server service. So you are buying a dedicated of 100, but you are sharing it with other clients. So for the client, what they are getting is a shared hosting only. Yes or no? Is the concept clear? Yes, everybody. So now you understood all the differences. Okay. So We are just going to end it in 5 minutes. 8:30 is the class when it ends. So shared hosting is nothing but multiple websites from same server, normal speed and cost effective. It is best for small businesses who want to make a portfolio website, personal website, or any kind of website. Like you wanted to make a website for your insurance. This is the perfect solution. All the people who bought a hosting over here has also got a shared hosting itself. Okay. Then comes the dedicated hosting, which is only for only your website from the same server, faster speeds, higher cost. It is better for a larger companies, okay, who don't want to risk that their website files are affected or their website is affected by other people. So they go for a dedicated hosting. Now VPS hosting, multiple websites on same server, faster speeds, higher cost. Again, large businesses with multiple branches globally. For them, it is a good one. Now, cloud hosting, a single website from multiple servers, fast speed, higher cost. It's best for e-commerce, heavy traffic websites like AHA, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, YouTube. All of these will use cloud hosting. WordPress hosting, reseller hosting. I have explained you. It's for basic websites which do not need much changes. And if you wish to do hosting business as a side income, you can go for a reseller hosting. So these are all the different types of hosting that are available in the market. So I hope the concept of hosting is clear. And just like you have got domain registrars and resellers, you have got hosting registrars and hosting resellers also. You have got Bluehost, Hostinger, HostGator, A2 Hosting, Cloudways, DreamHost, and many other. There are again 1,000+ companies over here. Now over here, for governing all this, there is nobody. Each company can decide their own this thing. They will buy the server from third party. They will build the technology. Okay. And then they will sell it to you. And from each company, the pricing is different. It's not like a small difference. It will be a big difference in the pricing. Okay. So you can see over here, Bluehost, I'm talking about just shared hosting. Here and here between Bluehost and Hostinger, a comparison 1 and 2. Bluehost for a shared in hosting basic plan is 169 per month. Over here, basic plan is 69 rupees per month. 279 per month, then 139 per month. 279 again 249 or 799 is 249 over here. Big difference. But there'll be difference between the services also. There'll be difference between the technology also. There'll be difference between the support, the uh, different kind of combinations of security, all of that. So each one comes with their own technology. Okay. And because each one have got their own technology, the look and feel also will be very much different for each one of them. So if you buy from Bluehost, it might look something like this. You buy from Hostinger, the look and feel is something like this. If you take a Hostinger, the control panel looks something like this. If you take from Bluehost, the control panel looks something like this. So each one have got their own technology. It's just the look and feel that it is different, but the functionality for all the hosting is the same. Okay, so the functionality for all the hosting is always going to be the same. So you all have already got your hosting accounts. I have given you all the hosting account. So we have taken the hosting account from a company called DeployedX. So this is the company from which we are buying our hosting. It's again a Bangalore based company which is running a good company with a great uptime, with good support, even cheaper than Hostinger. Okay, so if you go to Hostinger, they are giving you at, let's say, monthly costing is coming to around 500 or 600 for a higher plan. Over here, they are offering us the same thing at 300 rupees. So they are offering because we partnered with them. But if you go and click on their own shared hosting service per month, they are also charging same 489 rupees. Okay, so we got that little discount and we are able to get it for 300 rupees. Okay, so in that, what are they giving? They are giving all of this to us. Okay, so we get all of this and then we purchase it and then we go for it. And if you go for yearly, it becomes price changes accordingly and the pricing increases accordingly. So this is how we are trying to build a perfect website in the hosting side as well. Okay, so I'll pause over here for today, and I request you all to check if you have already got your hosting details. If anybody who has not got, please leave me a WhatsApp message. I will talk to DeployedX and get that issued to you all. So I 99% most of you have got it, but if in case you have not got it, you have paid recently and you did not get it, please let me know. I will check with them. And the ones who have already got your own hosting on Hostinger or Bluehost or anywhere else, so you won't have any problem. I haven't received paid long back. Deepika, just message me on WhatsApp your email ID and I will look into it. So ఈ రోజు తీసుకున్నా sir. No problem. If you have taken today, then it will take us some time to get it to you. Just wait for a day and you will all get the hosting with yourself. Okay. And coming to the part of recordings, we are not providing recordings immediately. We will be providing recordings at the end of the session. The reason being is otherwise people are not focusing on the class. They are skipping the classes and they are like, we will check the recording later. I don't believe in that format. I'm like, focus here, completely focus on the class, make your own notes. At the end, once the class completes, I will share the recording once you share the testimonial videos. Okay. So each one of you, thank you for joining. I will pause over here and looking forward for you all coming up for your next session where tomorrow we are going to learn how to use our hosting, how to link our domain and hosting, and how to start building our website. From tomorrow, it is going to be all practical. So please write notes, practice at the same time. And homework for today, don't forget, you all have to search a domain name and buy it. So I will be sharing a video on group how to buy your domain name. I've already pre-recorded those two videos as a steps. So that I will be putting it in the group, which you all can see and follow. Otherwise, also I've shown you already in the class how you can buy it. So just buy a domain name that you want for your website or your business or for your organization or for your own self. So just buy one domain name. As we pre-informed, you will get that at 600 rupees. Okay, so once you buy your domain name and at the time of buying domain name, please, you have to put all your correct details. Do not put random details, because if you put wrong details, your website may be banned and then you will have to do re KYC. You will end up losing a lot of time just to get that domain name. So please put all the right details in address. Just don't put Hyderabad and India. Please put your correct house address properly, okay, which is in your Aadhaar card, particularly for .in domains. .com domains, if you do anything, not a problem, but for .in domains, our government of India has become very strict to provide correct information, because a lot of scams are happening and they want to do proper KYC for the domains also. Okay, so nowadays even domains have got this KYC process in place. So you have to provide the right details. If you provide right details, everything will work fine. But if you provide wrong details, it will get banned. So I'm just letting you all know now itself. And for the people who do not want to buy a domain name, okay, for the people who do not want to buy a domain name and who have taken the hosting now, we have given a temporary domain name. Okay, so you would have got a temporary domain name which might look something weird. So I don't mind showing to you how it might look. So it might look something like this. Like this is a website. It might look like something like this, cloud101.com. So this is how the site URL will be. So if you are okay for learning purpose, this is all okay. You can stick to your temporary domain name. But if you actually want to build your website for yourself or your company, it's good that you buy a domain name for yourself. Okay, because this temporary domain name nobody can remember or nobody can type it. It's just for your seeing the output of whatever you're learning and practicing. You can see it. So even in case you don't want to buy at this point of time, you will have to continue with this temporary domain name. Otherwise, if you buy it tomorrow onwards, I will show you how to link it and how to take things forward. Okay. So I'll stop the screen share. Any doubts, please put it in the WhatsApp group. I am available. I'm more than happy to respond over there. And I will keep all the inputs over there. And as your homework, you all have to buy your domain name and be ready for tomorrow's class. So thank you each one of you for joining today. See you all again tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock. So our class timings are from 7 to 8:30. So let's stick by that and see you all in full force tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you.